Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
can you hear
can.
me on the stream?
Let's see.
Oh,
Let me refresh.
yeah, it's just
There we go.
all right.
So far, I don't hear it.
Oh, okay. I probably got to add those in. You hear the background music?
Oh no, I hear both of us. Hi.
Hey, awesome. Awesome. That's great. We're going to get started in a minute here. I mean, I think this topic that we have as the main topic for today is way too important and way too like triggering for both of us to just like not just go full into it. I mean, I guess we can talk about what we were playing really quick, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I posted it in a couple group chats that I'm in, and everybody just like, what the hell is going on? And I just don't have any answers about it.
I'm gonna change the title of the stream.
Oh, yeah. Did it change?
Mm-mm.
It didn't? Hold on. How about now?
Let's see. Let me refresh. Not yet.
Not yet. I'll just put, it should be episode 10 SMH.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see it.
Cool. Hey, everybody. We're back. We took last week for me was way too crazy. And my life was just nutty. It was just insane.
It happens.
It really does. But it's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the Culture Potion Podcast.
Welcome.
I'm your host as always, Jonathan here with Neff.
Hello.
What
Hello.
What have you been playing lately?
Well, I have been cracking out on The Sims.
Oh,
The Sims 4 Country Life came out.
that's awesome.
The expansion. And it's amazing. I have to say, kudos to the Sims team for bringing out a pack that like is better than Seasons, which I never thought I would say. But it is. It's true. The gameplay and what you can do and the things they added and the interactions that you can have with the animals and things like that. It's very, very fun. Excellent work.
It looked pretty cool from what I saw.
Yeah. It's been
Sorry, my dog
been
is
fun.
big gulping.
No, you're good. It made me want to spend the full amount on the pack. I didn't want to wait to play it. So they won again. They win.
Yeah. But they've been doing pretty good with the Sims packs from what I've seen.
Been.
I'm totally an outsider to the Sims. The only thing I know about it is because my daughter plays it all the time.
I have to say it's a great addition to the franchise.
It looked pretty cool from what I've seen.
Yeah. And the Genshin release just came out. It opened up a whole new area.
Oh.
New story quests, new characters, and that has also been very fun.
I really need to get into that.
Yeah. Hoyo has done. Well, they have enough money to, considering how many people have been buying the roles to roll on characters, but it's an excellent new area. Excellent. It's Japanese related too, and the music and the scenery is just top notch for a free game. Top notch.
Yeah, I really need to check it out. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Yeah.
And I just keep hearing good stuff about it, and like a bunch of people that I know play it, including yourself. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's the gacha system is frustrating, but in the last like couple months, I've been pretty much free to play, and I've gotten both new 5-star characters for this pack. So, did I get lucky? Yes, I did. I did get lucky. The last one was luck, but I didn't have to put any extra money into it, and that's always nice.
That's always a plus.
Mm-hmm. So for them. Anyway, have you been playing anything new?
Oh my god, this week has been awesome and terrible for me for video games because it started the Xbox tsunami of games.
Yes.
So I've been playing Death's Door, which is amazing.
Oh.
If it doesn't win Game of the Year, which I can understand why it won't. It's
Death Store.
yeah, it's so cool. You play as a crow, but you gotta like retrieve souls.
Oh, I saw that
Oh my god, it's so good.
on Steam. Yeah,
Yes, it's so good. It's on Steam and Xbox. It's so good.
nice.
Um, I absolutely love that game. It's difficult, but not super difficult. It's very rewarding, and the story is funny as hell. So,
Oh, I like the overview. That's cool.
it right now, and it's a couple other games I need to play. I need to play It Takes Two, but right now it has my vote for Game of the Year. That's how good it is. Like it is amazing.
Yeah,
Um, it's one of it's definitely my top game for right now. If it's not Game of the Year, it's got to be Indie Game of the Year because it's so good.
oh, very cool.
So I played that, and then I started playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. That game is really good. It's funny. It's like people like
Man,
to
I saw your
discount it.
picture on Twitter.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. I'm kind of scared to let my daughter play it because she's probably gonna crash something, but it's okay. It's all about just like flying like anywhere in the world. It's really amazing how good that game looks and how it works. You can like go like crazy places. Like I went to Bora Bora in the game, and the water is so beautiful. It was nuts.
Nice.
Like we got to a point where I was like, hey, I was looking at my daughter. I'm like, hey, where should we go? And she was like, oh, Bora Bora. I was like, hey, yeah, let's do that. And then like I had the plane where I could land on the water, and I took off from the water. Awesome, great game,
That's cool.
great game. And then I tried the Ascent. So I played like maybe like 10 minutes of the Ascent. Um,
And
that game is super good. Super good. So remember how like 2 seconds ago, not even two, not even, a little bit more than 2 seconds, maybe like a minute ago, I said Death's Door was my game of the year. Like Ascent is a close second right now,
yeah,
but Death's Door is just amazing. And I'm still playing Monster Train, which is pretty cool because I've been playing that on I can stream that to my iPad.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So and it has touch control, so I don't have to hook my controller up to it. So that's pretty cool. Um, but that's pretty much it for me this week. Maybe I was playing. Maybe I played something else and I just can't remember it.
That's quite a lot for a week.
But yeah, like and then like I still have shoot. What else came out? It's another game I want to get. And I'm totally nerfing on the name. I can't remember it. Um, and then Hades is in 2 weeks for Xbox, which is cool. And it's something else. I can't remember. Something else just came on Game Pass, and I was just like, oh, I got to play that too. Um, but yeah, yeah. So I guess since we're here, we might as well get into it because this is going to be brutal. But what in the entire hell is going on at Blizzard? Activision Blizzard. What the hell is going on?
It's so sad. It's just sad and pitiful and enraging, and I could go on.
It, it's
For for a quick rundown,
oh yeah, go ahead. Give them the rundown.
they got slapped with a lawsuit from California that said that people were getting harassed, sexually harassed. Their work environment was frat boy house environment. Heinous things about what they're doing at work and how they're treating the employees and how women employees are denied for promotions and time off based on ridiculous accusations. One woman even committed suicide on a business trip. So you can throw a death in there too. Fucking retards, man. I can't. I can't. What are you doing, Blizzard?
What in the entire fuck are you doing?
You have
Like
your players, your streamers, your players just saying why? What are you doing?
it's
Very publicly.
and it's no excuse for this type of behavior. Um, and I almost feel like it's so important to address it, not just like by Blizzard, but the whole community. Even down to us here to really address the problems there, because that's absolutely terrible. Like I play a Call of Duty. I used to play World of Warcraft. I buy Activision and Blizzard games. This is not something that I can accept for somebody I give my money to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was so hyped for the new Diablo. I'm not going to get it.
I can't blame
Done.
you. I really, and I'm still trying to work out my feelings on that. Um,
Yeah.
and still trying to work through that because it's absolutely ridiculous. And no matter who did it, somebody at the top should definitely, say, do. I don't know what you can do at this point, but this is absolutely disgusting that not only people are being treated like this. You know, there was a case where somebody committed suicide, and they were going through something and nobody helped them out. Nobody in that company helped them out. And I was reading about that situation, and they were like passing around her picture, like while
Can
she was there. Like, what in the entire fuck is wrong with you?
can you imagine it being so bad for that girl that she chose to take her life then quit her job?
Right, right.
Come on. Like it's so disgusting.
Yeah, it just, and like, this leads to, honestly kind of leads into the Simone Biles discussion. And I know we usually don't talk about, things outside of video games and pop culture and stuff like that, but I've
No,
seen
but the Olympics are going on, and it's
the Olympics are
incredibly,
going on.
it's
Which,
incredibly amazing what she did.
oh, totally, totally. Totally unrelated side note. The I also played the Tokyo 2020 game. Pretty good for what it is, but that's not
Oh,
here and
nice.
there. Um, it's really disgusting to see some of the takes that people had. Mental health is super important. Um, you
Not
know,
only that, it's dangerous for her to
it
do
really
the
is.
stunts that she's doing, that all the girls are doing, and all the men are doing. And no, I'm sorry. She was right.
No, you
100,000%.
100,000%. Like, I think that sport, though, gymnasts make it look easy, right? They make it
Oh,
look so easy, so cool, flipping through
easy is
the
not the right
air.
word.
Right. They just make it look good. And but if you really break it down, and I was reading some of the replies from people who are gymnasts who had injuries and who were talking about like what they go through, I was like, whoa, you really don't think that, but at the same time, like, yeah, this is a sport. It's a really dangerous sport. You do one thing wrong, you rotate too much, too little bit, turn here, turn there, you can end your life. And if you're not in the right headspace to do those things, you should take time out for you. And I think that not only us as a country, but us as as a people on this earth really should take time to really realize how important mental health is.
Absolutely.
You know, it
Agree so much.
it's so many people struggle, and like, as a person of color, as a black man, it's you know trying to change my community's thoughts on mental health is it's frustrating at times, but it's so
Hmm.
important for people
I
to
agree.
understand. Like, you're not weak if you go talk to a therapist. You're not, those are the things that you should do for you because it's so important. You only, we always say you only have one life to live, right? But
Yeah.
you only have one mind, and your peace of mind, like your happiness, you're able to be you. Your ability to be you is so important. And it's
Or talk to anybody. It doesn't even have to be a therapist.
yeah, just like, don't carry that shit with you. Like,
Hmm.
it's it's easy to get caught up in, you know, like especially in social media and all that bullshit on the internet, on Twitter and shit. Um, it's so easy to get caught up in that shit, and or get caught up in even in your own head and not be able to let those things go. And it's so important to just take care of yourself, man. It is
It'll fester. It's true.
it will. It will.
Mm.
It will kill you.
Not taking care of a cut.
Right. Right. You get infections spread. You know what I mean? It's just, man. So that one part of it for me was kind of like, whoa, nobody even after that happened. I'm sad that it got to that point, but even after that happened, nobody was like, hey y'all, man, we gotta fix some shit because this isn't right at all. Like nobody. I almost, you know, I always joke with this about my friends. When you see a bad movie, you're like, yo, or a bad commercial or a bad idea. Nobody was in the meeting room, like the marketing room, like, yo, this is a stupid ass idea. What the hell are we doing?
I
Like,
don't know, like it sat in a room of people who said, okay, this is
okay,
good.
this is fine.
No one just willy-nilly throws things out on commercials and TV and
Right.
ads and goes through a process.
Right. Like people had to okay this. Nobody, you know, it's just not like me and you at home and it's just like, hey, you know, all right, let's do this. Let's, you know, let's shoot this. Like these things actually go through a board of people, a group of people, and nobody says, hey, this is a dumbass idea.
And have huge amounts of money spent on it.
Right. I mean, and I feel the same way about this whole Blizzard thing. It's like nobody, it didn't have to get to this point, right? And now we're here now, and it has to be fixed. But at the same time, it didn't have to get to the
really,
point.
I agree with you because this investigation was over 2 years. Like, why would you let it go on for 2 months?
Right. Right. It just, wow. Like,
It's a long time.
this is a long ass time.
And you know, I've heard that now more people are coming forward with, you know, who had worked there and talking about harassment, men and women
Yes.
coming out talking about it. And I think that that's exactly what needs to happen. People need to come out and speak about it.
Yeah. That's the only way it gets fixed.
It's not gender locked. I think there are a lot more people who are getting harassed than just women.
And like, I think people hear harassment and think it's just about, you know, sexual harassment.
Offending someone or offending someone.
Or, yeah. No, it's more way, you know, it's definitely more things that happen in that area than you know. And honestly, like, I think people don't realize they've been harassed. You just get this feeling, and I, you know, we both are, you know, from an older generation, so we both like have grew up in that. Oh, you just gotta tough it out, or you know, you can't step up and say, yeah, you gotta pay your dues, and you just like, yo, no, like,
Or let it get to you.
It's 2021. Like you can call the bullshit out. It just is what it is. Like,
and it should be called out.
Exactly. There's no reason for that. I mean, for
just like the gymnast.
Oh yeah.
Just like the gymnast.
Yeah.
There's past gymnasts who've gone through, you know, their trials and things like that and really hurt themselves. So
yeah, back on that, like, you know, I've heard some really, you know, shitty takes. And just be honest, they're shitty takes. And I'm not gonna fucking censor myself about it. Those takes are shit.
No, yeah, they're garbage individuals.
And people are like, oh well, you know, I'm totally blanking on the gymnast name. Oh, she won.
Simone.
No, not Simone. Oh, you know, Carrie Strug won a gold medal on a broken ankle. I was like, she never should have fucking did that. That shit was wrong.
Way.
That shit is wrong. Like, just like, goddamn, like, just because somebody else did it doesn't mean everybody else has to do it, number one. And number two, doesn't mean it was right. That shit was wrong. It was wrong as fuck. There was no reason for her to go out there on a broken ankle and win. It's just, that shit shouldn't have happened. And it's just like, you know, like, people
Doesn't make it okay.
doesn't make it okay. Totally doesn't make it okay.
Gone off on a tangent that needed to be gone off on.
But it all. I feel like it all coincides. It all comes together. Like it's funny that that happened last week with Blizzard just utterly getting exposed, and it was funny because that lawsuit came out at like I want to say like 9:30 on the East Coast. It was late.
It was
Um,
late, but it instantly blew up.
yeah, everybody was like,
I
"Holy
knew about it
shit!"
right away. Right away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It it popped up on my Twitter feed like just like instantly. I'm like, "Holy shit!"
It's just, you know what's more frustrating, I think, than anything is the response that Blizzard has given thus far. I think that that's more infuriating than anything they've been accused of
Totally agree.
because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I can tell you that their publishers are not happy.
Nah,
There are other things that I've read. You know,
nah.
if you're Bungie or didn't they just acquire the people who used to make Donkey Kong? What was her name? I'm gonna have to go back
Uh,
and look at that.
yeah, I had to go look at that one up.
I wouldn't be happy with them either. Not in the least.
No, it's before this. It was a fun sport of people like me, um, to go on the internet and dunk on Bobby Kotick, or however the fuck you say his last name, right? He takes all this money, and Activision does all this shit. Doesn't like me and my friends bitch about Call of Duty all the time. It's like, yeah, this shit never gets fixed. Um, but now it's like, damn, this is not even this is not even like just somebody bitching the bitch. This is bitching about something that needs to be brought up and is really a fucking terrible situation. And if you're a leader of a company, you should address it. Not, a week later, but absolutely as soon as it's happening. Like you have to address it and say, hey, this is wrong. And we shouldn't do
Seems like
this.
he wanted to downplay it.
It did seem like he wanted to downplay it. I saw I've already bigged up Jeff Grubb on here last episode, but gotta big him up again. He he saw that tweet. Was it him or Jez Corden? I can't remember.
It
Um,
was one of those.
it was
Definitely one
like
of those.
he was like, "Oh well, I guess he got off his boat and he was on his yacht and finally got
He's
cell
on, yeah.
signal." I was like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here! This is absolute bullshit. There's no reason
It
for this
was,
shit."
don't downplay it, dude. Someone's dead
Exactly.
on your watch.
Yeah, that's on you. That's on you. That is absolutely on him
But
because
there have been other issues going on, of course. But you know, the things that were brought against them are horrific.
yeah. And then like, let me see if I can pull it up. I got the Wikipedia article right here, but and I know that's not the best source, but it was. So they did a walkout right
I mean, the
on
employees
the
yesterday.
employees yesterday, which was great,
Hmm.
and I stand with them, and I stand with the employees of Ubisoft because they did the same thing.
Absolutely.
Totally, with that. So he sent a letter to the before the day before it happens, the called the initial response of the company it's tone deaf, and he said the company's leadership will be immediately evaluating managers and leaders across the company, and they're bringing in law firm Wilmer Hale to conduct a review of their policies and procedures to ensure that they have and maintain the best practices to promote a respectful and inclusive workspace. Which, if you look at that on the surface, that sounds like an official response. But honestly, at this point in the game, that's a bullshit ass response.
Of course they are, because did they have those policies? Of course they did. They run a
Exactly.
business in the state of California. Did they enforce those policies? That's completely different.
Yeah.
Those are two totally different entities.
Yeah, I mean, somebody I was watching Destin Legary, and he was talking about this, and no shit, it wasn't Destin. I did watch him, but fuck, who was it? It was it's my man Charlie, or Penguins as some people know him.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it, and he just was just going in on it, and he was like, damn, like they had, he was talking basically about harassment training, and he's like, damn, they had, harassment training to teach people not to be harassers. And then he goes back, he's like, yes, I know this is a thing that companies have to do, and it is. I go through it every 2 years in my job, where I have to, learn about harassment and how to report it and how it's going to be dealt with and stuff like that. And these things happen. That's absolutely, if you work in any big company, you absolutely get the harassment training.
Of course, on some level.
Right. It's just what happens, right? That's what you do. That's part, I'm not sure. It's got to be like a national mandate. It's got to be something that every company has to do. But anyway, it's what you should do. It's the right thing. You should learn about these policies. You should know where you stand as an employee and what your rights are. And
knowing your rights, yeah. That's good. Yeah, absolutely.
You should. The fact that not only were these folks' rights being infringed on, but they were talking about like retaliation was happening, and that sucks ass. If you go report something fucked up and they come after you, that shouldn't happen at all. Like,
might as well not even have the rule.
Exactly. Like, and side note, I've worked at a job before where my mental health was fucked up and I hated going to work. And like it took a whole lot for me to get ready for work and to, get through the week. I had a system that I developed just to get me through the week. Nobody should have to do that.
Good for you. No, but it's good that you did that for yourself.
It is, but nobody should have to do that. Shouldn't have to do that. I mean, I look back on it now and I'm like, damn, this job was wrecking me so hard that I had to come up with a way of getting myself through the week. That's not right. You shouldn't have to do that.
I think that's part of a more collective problem countrywide with mental health issues than anything.
No, I totally agree with that. And
because it's, if you didn't work, you wouldn't eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not saying that was the case. I'm not presuming anything, but that's how some people have to look at it.
No, and that's a fair enough point. And I think not only that, it's some, like I said, we grew up in an older generation where you gut things out, like, oh yeah, this isn't right, but you make it work. Like,
we shouldn't have to.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that shit. And it's not right. And, issues like that, when issues, come up in the workplace, you should be able to discuss them and fix them. It's actually saddening. It actually makes me really sad that these folks are going through it like that. Like, that's just, it's upsetting, and it kind of hurts my heart. On the flip side, at least 3 video game news websites, The Gamer, Game Explain, and Prima Games, stated they will not cover any Activision Blizzard gaming news until the situation has been resolved. I don't know how, that's going to work. And, like, I think, number one, Activision should have got ahead of this before it came out and, not take a goddamn week to, figure out a half-ass statement to say, just like really come out and give like tangibles. all right, this is what we're going to do. This is how we failed you. This is what we should do to make it better.
Do you think they were warned? Do you think they were warned before the story broke?
I think they had like a slight, hey, this is about to happen.
Like they may have been tipped off that it's going to happen, kind of thing.
I think they were, but I don't think it was somebody telling them. I think it was because of the nature of the lawsuit. And that's how they knew it was coming.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like some curious conspiracy shit I just said.
No, no, I get you. I get you.
Not meant to be. I just want to say, it's just genuinely curious. It's like, did you know the shit rain was going to come down on you? Or were you totally unprepared without an umbrella?
I think they had like a slight, from the way, if I understand government lawsuits and ways that things like that happen, that there are certain things that happen, and I'm sure they have an army of lawyers. There are certain things that were probably took into account when those gears started moving, where they had to be like, oh shit, we about to get hit. Because this lawsuit is at such a high level that I can't imagine them not knowing this is going to happen. Because this has been a 2-year investigation into Blizzard.
Because I would have loved it if they got caught by surprise. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
I'd have loved to see his face.
Just like, oh no. You know what? I bet you this guy. Who's the guy? Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm tying this back into a previous episode. What was that guy? What was the name of the bad guy in Ready Player One?
Oh, oh my god, I forgot his name. I even forgot the corporation.
Yeah, it's Sorrento. Nolan Sorrento.
That's it.
Yeah, IOI. That's what I kind of imagine them as, like, real life Nolan Sorrento. Going back into some of the allegations. The one thing that kind of like stands out to me, where they were saying they had a Cosby suite at one of the BlizzCon events.
Man, that was something else.
Like, who?
I have the article here. I'm gonna put it in the.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got it.
Like,
Thought that was a good idea.
Thought that was a good idea. And they like the picture in the article has them carrying around a framed picture of Bill Cosby. Like, who in the entire fuck thought that was a joke? Like, who thought that was cool?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I hate to say, I hate the fact that I was not surprised when you showed this to me.
Yeah, I hate
Wasn't
that too.
surprised. And I hate it. Was I a little like, of course. Yes, I was. But ultimately, I wasn't surprised.
No, I feel the same way. And these things keep happening, right? This isn't an isolated issue with Blizzard. It's happened also with Ubisoft, right? And apparently happening in Insomniac too, if I'm remembering correctly.
I really hope it's not on this scale though. Like I hope it's
I don't think so.
As bad as it gets just here, because if not, I feel sorry for the people who work for them.
It's like, we love video games. They are a great form of entertainment. But nobody should be subjected to this type of bullshit just to make something that folks are going to play. Like,
Yeah.
it just, it's absolutely
Everybody,
disgusting.
I heard somebody trying to compare the movie The Wolf of Wall Street to this. Have you seen that movie? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, you know what? This is an embarrassing fun fact. I have not seen that movie.
I highly recommend it.
I
Highly
have it
recommend
on
it.
DVD. I have it on Blu-ray. It's just me being a dumbass.
Honestly, honestly, it's a really long movie. Not gonna lie, but it is freaking fantastic. It's fantastic. Anyway, and I was like, how dare you disrespect Wolf of Wall Street? Because at least in his world, in his company, all those women were treated like queens. I have to say they were right in on all the bad shit they were doing anyway. They were making just as much money as the men. They were embraced for it. So how dare you? How dare you? Don't ever disrespect Leonardo DiCaprio like that again. Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you.
But
Just,
it is a good watch. I highly recommend it.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Um, I got sucked into the rabbit hole
I
about something
know.
totally different, and I just gotta stop it. Um, yeah, I need to watch that. It's a list of movies I need to watch. I have that. I have Spiral that I need to watch. And
Mm,
I'm not a Saw fan. I really don't do horror after the horrid events of back in the day when I watched Hostel. Um,
mm,
yeah, we're gonna take a straight short. Corey's gonna tell not Corey, but Jonathan's gonna tell a story that is gonna make everybody laugh at his own expense because it's a funny ass story. I ain't gonna lie. So bear with me while I go on a short tangent about why why I don't watch horror films anymore. Um, so back whenever Hostel came out, this was a long time ago. It's before I had kids, so bear with me. Um, I went out. I was hanging out, pretty late, and I just got a car. So I was you know how you first get a car, you drive, and you're like, yeah, I can stay out
it's
late.
amazing. It's
It,
amazing.
the freedom, right? You're just like,
Ugh,
yeah.
there's nothing like getting in a car.
So I got a car and come back home, and it was real late. It had to be like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe like a little bit later than that. And this was a Friday night, and at that point in time, me and my brother lived together. We still live together now, but we lived together, and I would take him to work, and he went to work really early on Saturday mornings, like 7. He had to be at work at 8, I think it was. So we usually it's like a 15-minute drive from my house to his job. So we usually leave around 7:30 or whatever. So I had a really good night, and I was like, yeah, I really wanted to check out, and I was a fan of horror movies back then, so I really wanted to check out Hostel. I was like, yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna watch Hostel, and I ended up watching Hostel, and that was a mistake on my part. Mistake. Probably shouldn't have done that. So I couldn't sleep because I was just
It
so freaked
traumatized
out,
you. Yeah,
traumatized.
traumatized
So
you.
you know, my brother gets up and he's getting ready, and he stayed upstairs, and I lived in the basement, and comes down to the basement to wake me up, and I'm just like on my bed in a fetal position, kind of rocking, because I'm just like totally just freaked out. And he looks at me,
Yeah.
and he's just looking like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, dude, I'm in a real bad spot, man. Like, I just watched Hostel, didn't sit right, and again, talking about growing up in a different generation. He looks at me, he was like,
No.
dude, if you don't get your shit together, I gotta go to work. Like, you gotta take me to work. I'm like, dude. He's like,
And that's exactly what it's like in my house.
so he's like, man, look, I'm giving you 5 minutes, get your shit together. We gotta go to work. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna get my shit together,
This is
and
why we're smokers and drinkers.
exactly. So get my shit together, take him to work, and
I'll give you mine too. My traumatic. But go ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
I would love
I
to
don't
hear it.
watch horror either, but
Um,
I mean,
so I get my shit together, take him to work, and he gets off around 2. and I think he came home and watched the movie. And so, at this point, I guess it was like maybe like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And after he watched this movie, he comes downstairs. He said, "Hey man, look, I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't mean to say that shit to you." He said, "I watched the movie. I understand why you was a little shaken up." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm done with horror movies." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, man, me too." Again, and then he looks at me, man. Again, man, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said that shit to you.
Oh, see, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it was a great brother moment. It was like, yeah, I understand your trauma, and yeah, it's
Your
all
brother
good.
loves you. That's nice.
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he gives me the utmost grief, but I give him grief too, so it's fine. Balances out.
Okay. Mine was The Stand. Stephen
Oh,
King's The Stand. When it came out, Gary Sinise starred in it. It was like a mini series. Me and my sister watched it back to back to back and just traumatized. We were up at like 5 o'clock the next morning. We were just, yeah. I said nope after that. I said no. I said no after that until maybe 3 or 4 years later, I watched The Blair Witch Project in the theater.
oh, really?
That shit was scary.
That shit was scary. I remember, dude, I got that on DVD. Shit
It's
freaked me out.
funny now,
Yeah,
but it wasn't in the theater when we first watched it.
was not, was
So
not.
yeah, I'm done. And what's funny is I play a survival horror game, which is ironic, but anyway.
So, fun fact. Um, around, what? Like now, I'm starting to think about it. It was events in my life where I should have understood that that was going to happen if I watched a horror movie at night. Like it's events that I should have like realized because I stopped playing Resident Evil after a certain time. Like Code Veronica, I bought for the Sega Dreamcast, and I used to play it all. This like I would get home from work and play it, and before I go to sleep, I'd play it. And it got to a point where it started seeping into my dreams,
Oh no.
and I was like,
When you know you've been going
yeah,
too hard.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Hmm.
Because I
That's how I
started.
know
Go ahead, go ahead.
That's how I know I need to lay off a video game.
It starts sleeping. It starts getting into your dreams. You're like, yep,
Uh,
I need to take a break from you. Um, and that's what happened. Like, I should have knew then that was going to happen, and I didn't. And, just kept going along. Like it was going to happen.
Such life moves on.
Yeah, yeah. You
It's
learn.
bound to happen. It was bound to happen.
Yeah, you learn.
I
But
was traumatized. The Stand traumatized me.
sheesh. The funny thing is, I used to love horror films. Like I used to watch every like Freddy, Jason. I know. That Hostel is different from those things, and
It is, but it's in its own, To me, what the most scariest things were the mental ones, like
yeah.
Hannibal Lecter and things like that. That kind of stuff. I don't like that. Mm-mm.
But I was a huge fan of Hellraiser. That was like my favorite horror
Ugh,
movie growing up. I was a huge
yeah.
fan of it. I don't even know why now, looking back.
The
Um,
Exorcist, shit like that creeped me out.
I could watch all that shit. I think it was because like my uncle, we used to watch shit like that together. Like we would watch like Jason or Freddy, or you know what? No, now that I go back and really start thinking, it was a couple of ones that freaked me out. It was this one my aunt rented back in the day. I had to be like, shit, what was I? I had to be like 8 or 10. I don't understand why the hell my aunt like had me like watching these crazy ass movies. This movie called Vamp back in
Why does that sound?
1986.
Why does that sound familiar?
It was like a cult movie that a bunch of people like watching. Um, it was along the lines of almost had the same like type of like cult following that Purple Rain had at that time. You know what I mean? Like Purple Rain wasn't a great movie, but I'll defend that movie to the death of me.
How do you say Purple Rain without singing it?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Immediately when you said it, I was like, Purple rain.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You wanna know something funny? I in my brain, Purple Rain the movie and Purple Rain the song are two totally different things.
Absolutely, but when you say it, that's immediately where my mind goes to.
I don't even like because I didn't even think about that until you said it. I was like, oh, you know what? Those are two different things in my head.
It's so funny.
Um,
I love word association like that is the best.
man, hilarious.
Great example of the human brain.
Yeah, it's weird how it works like that sometimes. It's just like, cause like even now, like I'm still thinking about it. Like we're talking, and I'm like, man, those are two different things in my head. Like I'm thinking about the movie, I'm not thinking about the song. Um, but like if I was talking about the song, I wouldn't think about the movie. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Weird. Um, but yeah, that Vamp movie freaked me out too. Candyman didn't freak me out.
Never saw it.
It was.
I stopped watching after a certain point. I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Oh, I love that movie. That Lost Boys, loved, loved Lost Boys.
I loved Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That was pretty good. That
Dude, the
was really good.
theme song is its jam. It's like a
Um,
circus theme metal song. It's amazing.
crazy, crazy what your brain thinks of. I'm just like I googled that movie and like this is like bringing up my whole childhood. Like Little Shop of Horrors popped up.
Oh, the good one too. Scary as shit because I love plants.
Yes,
So, fun fact about me, I love plants so much. I wish I had gone into horticulture when I was in college. And that movie scared me because I was like, no, why
feed me
would you do
Seymour.
that?
I man, I remember watching that movie with my mom and just like freaking out, and she's just like, "Yo," and I was like, "Mom," but we finished that movie, and I've seen it after that. I think I watched it when I was a little bit older, but
Fun fact, there is a carnivorous plant. It's a Venus flytrap. And it will eat flies and bugs and other things that fall into its petals.
funny enough,
Great plant.
I've bought a Venus flytrap from like Aldi's or something like that. Those things are awesome to
Great
watch
plant.
work.
Tough. Tough plants. Love a
Yeah,
good tough plant.
yeah, that plant's a beast. Um, but anyway, wow, that was a fun tangent. Um,
Yeah, right.
yeah, we seem to
Bottom
always
line of the Blizzard stuff, they can go suck it. They need to fix their shit and they need to do it quickly
yeah. I mean, they
because
need
those
to
people deserve better.
they need to fix their shit like 2 weeks ago. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. It's just
It's disappointing. It's a letdown to their fans.
it's a disappointment. It's a letdown, but it's not, as you said, surprising. It's not, and but it's to a point where we just can't let these things happen anymore.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's been going on for way too long, and too many people are hurt, and they shouldn't have been. You know, there. I read a statement from one of the old. I think he was a former president or something like. Let me see if I can pull it up really fast. Um, Co-founder and former president Michael Mohaim, I think that's how you said it. He's co-founder and former president of Blizzard. He said to
Okay.
the Blizzard women who experience any of these things, I am extremely sorry for you. I'm extremely sorry that I failed you. I hear you, I believe you, and I'm so sorry to let you down. Um, while I agree with that statement, it's such an empty thing right now. You know what I mean? That's
At
such
least
an
that
empty thing.
that's a better statement though than somebody who doesn't work there anymore who's in that high position, you
Yeah,
know, versus people who are active in the company right now.
yeah.
You're right in what you said though, but at least it was something more than what they did originally.
No, I totally agree. Um, I totally agree. And it's such a sad situation, and with it's sad that it happened like that, and it's sad that it took so long for these people to even know their story, not even get justice, because that's not happened. You know what I
And
mean?
had
Like,
to take it so far to have something done.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It should never have to get this far. And honestly, like my heart goes out to all of those folks. Um, it's it's a shitty
Yeah.
situation to be in, and
Hopefully they can get some sort of justice
I really hope they do
for what
because
happened.
yeah, because this is just absolute craziness. Um, but anyway, it's sad, and
It
it
is, but hopefully what has been presented in the lawsuit will bring in some positives going forward.
no,
Maybe it can be a good change needed for the industry in itself.
yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. Um, yeah, it's a heavy topic.
It is. On a lighter note, Nintendo released a so subpar Animal Crossing update that is just boggles my mind. Nintendo,
Nintendo's
what are
like,
you doing?
can we do the
Nintendo.
least possible? How? What's the least we can get away with to say we did
It's
something?
it's like breaking news. Nintendo is meh again.
Again, like
I'm
that's
happy that there was an update, but come on, you know.
they don't care. They just like, we're releasing something, deal with it. And just like, damn. But
Yeah.
that's
Some people are
Nintendo
still
gonna
out here
Nintendo.
playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I still
They
haven't
need
bought it.
a life raft. They need a life raft at this point.
Yeah, they need something, man. It's just I still haven't
People
played it.
are
I still haven't played it.
people
I
are
ain't gonna lie.
resetting their islands. I happen to love these type of games. And it's look, everybody's a gamer. You just need to find the game, and this is a game my sister likes to play too. So I can play with her.
I like that. I like that. I tried to get my daughter to play Stardew Valley today. Did not work. I'm gonna get her to try it later on though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
She was like,
Bring her in summer. That's always fun because there's a lot of crops.
you know what? And I think that's where I fucked up because I'm in fall in my game save.
Oh
So
yeah, it's starting to wane.
yeah, yeah. I that's a great idea. I'll bring her in the summer.
Yeah, bring her in when the summer starts.
She's It's funny. She plays a lot of Far Cry. So like, we went to like have like a bunch of games just like sitting on the shelf, and I was like, all right, so you have your Xbox set up, so you can pick a couple. So I gave her Far Cry 4, and then she has Tomb Raider Shadow of the she has Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, great game, great game. Um, and she's really, she. It's funny that she's starting to like play these games that are a little bit more complex. Um,
I think they're good for everybody says everything in moderation, but I don't know. I use video games as a tool to keep my mind going.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think it's something to be said for the way video games teaches you how to problem solve, like how to figure out puzzles, and for different games you got to figure out the loop and what the game wants you to do, and just go from there. So
I loved Final Fantasy for that, and they haven't been doing that in the newest ones.
hold on, wait a minute. We
10 had
forgot
a lot of
something.
puzzles. Mm.
We forgot to talk about something because I
What about
think this is hilarious. Um, coming off the Blizzard stuff, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just
No, no,
thought
you're
about
good.
this. Um,
Leave it for another week.
uh,
It's a whole thing in itself, yeah.
oh yeah. um, you know, with all this Blizzard news, they make World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy is eating their lunch. Absolutely, is eating their lunch. Um, so
Yes.
right as of right now, like apparently they've stopped all production on World of Warcraft.
Sorry. Was that
Wow.
mean?
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
care.
They absolutely deserve that shit.
Okay.
Absolutely deserve that shit.
Can you imagine being a female developer on one of those games? Oh my god.
My God.
I'd
My
write something into the code that only I would be able to see. Just give them a little middle finger.
yes, all the time. Um,
So they've stopped production on all the upcoming things so far, huh?
yeah. So apparently they're just not. I don't know if they have stopped production on everything or they're just not working on anything new going forward. Like so I know they had
Mm,
a expansion pack coming out pretty soon.
hmm. Yeah,
So
the influx to 14, which I play also. I'm on a break from that because the MMO is just I've been playing it since beta and it's the same thing. Anyway, been a huge influx of new players coming to 14,
mm,
even before this Blizzard stuff, and then after, it's so bad that the guys over at Square Enix they enabled the AFK log off like they do for expansions because the servers get bogged down with people sitting around AFK.
no, I totally understand.
So if you're AFK for 30 minutes, it'll kick you. And that people are like, why would you be AFK for 30 minutes? You'd be surprised. In an MMO like 14, there's a lot of people that just like to sit around and chat, just chill with the
Yeah,
game up. I used to do that,
oh, I totally understand that.
but there's a lot of new people coming to 14, and it's really, really nice. It's nice to see. People are having fun with it.
That's the most important thing. Like people having fun with the product.
This Blizzard shit is just sludge people over to 14.
Yeah,
Another.
it pretty much is. Oh, oh shit, something else I forgot. Um, so I'm a huge fan of Annapurna Interactive.
Mm.
They really have some great games. If you haven't played Donut County, do it. You can beat it in like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2 hours. But it's a great game. It's fun to play. They have 12 minutes coming up on the Xbox side, which should be pretty cool. Um, they they had their showcase today. They had their first showcase, and they showed off a really cool game called Stray, where you play as a stray cat.
A stray cat.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it
Oh
looks
wait,
fun.
and you go around and you have to jump on all the things. And they didn't they highlight that?
Yeah, yeah. They've talked about it before,
Yes.
but
Okay, so they do it. That's cool.
yeah, just like you know, it
I
looks pretty
wonder
cool.
if it's a puzzle game or if it's like you actually can interact with things like kill mice and shit.
I don't know. I all I know is like I'm definitely gonna have to like either get a PS5 or figure out a PlayStation 4, which will probably be the move to play this game because that game looks awesome.
I have a PS4. I'll stream it for you.
Hey, I appreciate it.
I actually haven't played my PS4 in a while.
Yeah, I haven't played this
That's
game
what
since a while.
happens. That's what happens when other games and I mean, if I didn't have a PC, I would be playing Genshin on the PlayStation. But PC Life, PC Master Race.
Lord have mercy. It's funny because I just got like a decent PC, so I got a couple games on it.
Did you hear about the ban on gaming PCs?
No.
That's not a correct title. It's okay, so technically Dell has stopped sending gaming PCs to certain states because of a law that was passed in 2016, and there's different stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, the bill being passed is they're going after power hungry computers, pre built computers like from Dell or Intel or whatnot, for when they're in sleep mode or rest mode. They're power hogs. They're
Oh.
trying to have that not be a thing because it's a huge power consumption that doesn't need to be. It's wasteful.
I can totally
So
understand that.
that's pretty much what that bill says. And if you build your own PCs, which I'm sorry, there's nobody going out there and buying a $4,000 Alienware unless they
Nope.
just have expendable money. You're building your PC.
Nope. You
If you
have
build
to.
your PCs, you're good.
Right. You have to. That's just what you have to do these days.
Yeah. I mean, when I built my PC, it was only 1,200, and that was almost 4 years ago now, and it's pretty powerful than most stuff you can get on the market for that price still.
No,
So
I totally believe it.
anyway,
Anyway.
we're over an hour.
Oh shit, are we over an hour? I knew the Blizzard talk was going to take a while cuz
Yeah,
there's
it's for
so much
them.
to say. So much to say. I'm sorry that we have to say it and it's frustrating. And I feel bad for all the people who had to go through that shit.
Mm, I
Um
agree.
Before we get out of here, what's the next big thing you're looking forward to?
Let's see. We're going into August, September. September is usually a big game month. What
Yeah,
am I
usually.
looking? I saw something the other day and I don't remember what it was. Let me look at my Amazon list. I usually throw shit there when it's coming up
That's a good
for
idea.
pre-order. I'll
That's a
put
good
it in
idea.
my wish list.
I do the same shit.
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon makes it too damn easy.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what's the name comes out? What's that tomorrow? Elder Souls. Elder Souls is the name of the game I was thinking about.
Okay. I don't know. I
Um,
forget. I so much of my time has been taken up by The Sims. Like, it's so fun.
oh, I believe it. I believe it.
So people must look at that and go, "What are you doing? It's so boring." I'm like, I can't help it.
Hey man, if you like it, you like it. That's all it's about.
And all of the cool stuff they've been adding with textures and skin colors and things like that. They've really had a big push to make it very inclusive. And that's worth spending the extra dough on for this one. They won't get that praise every time, but I'm okay with this one.
I feel you on that. I'm looking at the release dates. Oh shit. Um, so August the 10th is lawn mowing simulator, and I know that sounds crazy, but that game is hella fun.
Dude, I
Um,
watched a guy do power washing the other day, so
I almost bought that
I
game.
don't know. I don't know what to tell you
I
about
almost bought
video
that game.
games. We'll watch.
I really almost bought that game. I should have bought that game when it was on Steam sale, and I saw it, and I was like, "Damn it, I want to
I
buy that."
watched it for a solid 30 minutes until I said to myself, why am
Yeah,
I
this is
watching
crazy,
this?
but you
Hmm.
gotta watch it. So just like, oh,
Yeah.
that looks so relaxing. Um, then August 19th is 12 minutes. Trying to pick out. Of course, Madden 22 comes out on August the 20th. My brother's probably gonna take that day off. Play Madden. Psychonauts
That's so
2.
nice to hear. I like that there's still people hype about it, but I'm mad that it's the same game that they keep releasing.
It's the same damn game.
They
It's
could
ridiculous.
easily release DLCs.
They really could, but they're like, oh, people are gonna pay $60 for this, or $70 for this, I guess now. Um, Yeah, what else was there? Oh yeah, Psychonauts 2. The Big Con looks interesting. Then we're into September. And this is where I kind of am in a quandary. Because of all, and I really got to think about it, all the Blizzard things. Diablo 2 Resurrected comes out on the 23rd. I'm like, fuck, really want to play that game, but I really don't want to support this company.
I really want to play it too.
Yeah,
Honestly, I was really happy about it because I
me too.
really got into Diablo 3 as my introduction into Diablo, and I really liked it.
Oh my god, I played Diablo 1. Used to play that hours. Diablo 2, I played for hours. Diablo 3, I played
Mm.
for hours.
Do you know what I akin it to is an old PS2 game called Legends of Norath,
I remember
and
that.
it was based off of EverQuest in that world, and it was 4 players, and it was hard. It was a dungeon crawl. It was hard. It was fun. It was fun.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I remember that. That game was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great one. I would happily buy a remake.
Yeah, I would definitely support that. Definitely. Um, so I said, oh, I was looking through this release date. And I'm trying to pick the game that I'm most excited for. Um, Honestly, I think it's either because I've heard so much good stuff. I've started playing through the first one, but Psychonauts 2 looks really awesome.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
It does look fun.
But like looking further out, and just to be like super honest, I think I think Battlefield 2042 is going to be the game that I'm looking forward to the most. That's not named Halo or Forza Horizon 5, because those are out a little bit further.
I think the 14 expansion in November will do it for me.
Oh, I believe
I'm
it.
looking forward to it.
No, I believe it totally, totally. My brother is super looking forward to it. He's already pre-ordered. Um, he's just so into that game, so he's like, yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Uh, oh,
Yeah,
well,
hopefully all the new players stick around.
I think they will. I think they will. From what he's been saying, I think they'll stick around. Oh shit, I forgot about Sleeper.
From how Blizzard's behaving.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, go play that other game. Just hilarious to me.
There's even
Um,
a queue to get in.
really?
People are experiencing queues, yeah. That usually only
Damn,
happens when expansion comes out. People are flocking
damn.
to the game. I don't know why.
I'm
I
telling you,
mean, you
people
can
don't.
play up to level 60 in the first 2 expansions for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I will say that the second expansion is by far one of the most amazing in the whole entire series, so it's worth it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I have to damn, we're over an hour and I have to go start the download for Halo, the Halo beta cuz I got in.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'm so happy. I was seeing
Nice.
other people getting their emails and I'm just like, "Oh."
No, I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like, oh, don't have an email. And then I got the email. I was like, yeah. And then somebody else who was following me was like, I didn't get an email. I was like, damn. I felt
Please
like
try
that
and get
felt.
in. Please try and get in day one so I can see what kind of a train wreck it is.
Oh, I can't wait. They were talking about downloading it today, and the number of people like, yo,
Can't wait. I
this is
can't
a
wait to see if
train
it's the
wreck.
train wreck. It's only going one or two ways: train wreck or amazing.
It's no other way. It's either
No
going to
in
be
between.
terrible or awesome. It's no other way. It's no other way. This was awesome, but I don't want to say difficult episode to do.
Mm.
I mean, it's hard. I think it was a needed episode to do, and that's the proper way to say it.
Agree.
Because these things have to change. They have to. For our hobby to survive and to thrive and to grow, these things have to change. and they should change in the real world anyway. They should change for everybody. You shouldn't go to
Everyday
work.
life.
Yeah, and you shouldn't go to work and fucking hate your job. That shit sucks. I've been there. I've done that. I got the fucking t-shirt. You shouldn't do that, and you should
And you
treat.
get a T-shirt.
Oh man, that sucks. I only got a t-shirt, because I told them, hey, you gotta give me a t-shirt. But, yeah, it fucking sucks, man. And you should never have to put up with that shit, and you should never work for somebody who doesn't respect you. And that's ultimately what this comes down to, is there was no respect shown to their employees, and this is where we're at. And some people are just shitty people. And and I'm sorry for, like, I usually don't curse this much on the podcast, but today it just, sometimes you just need to say it. Yeah, it's enraging, and sometimes you just need to tell people fuck. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes, the only right word for the situation is fuck. Like, this is fucked up.
It's a mood.
Yeah. I tend to set those, that tends to be my MO. But anything that you want to say before? I know I've like talked.
No, it's okay. I think everything was was good to go.
Yeah, I think it was good. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. I don't, know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll be here.
I'm sure there'll be some news.
Yes. Yes, something definitely will happen. But until then, we'll talk to y'all later.
Later.